people, tell me, what sort of airsofter are you? Are you the type that wants the same sort of power as your opponents in the game, but you prefer it to be more compact? For example, if you were packing a revolver in gameplay, you'd probably prefer something more compact. Or if that's not your thing, nice, double nice. The Glock 42, haha, possibly the ultimate in concealables. Did I say the ultimate in concealables? Well, and of course, when it comes to your primaries, a lot of airsofters that want something a bit more compact tend to go for the PDW. The personal defense weapon. Today's video is powered by Rossi and So here we go, people. Naturally, this isn't the first PDW type primary I have featured on my channel. I've had a few, but this is a new company, Rossi, and this is their Neptune 5.5 inch PDW. And the great thing about this particular company, technically they're not new, because they have been making real firearms for a minute. Look, but now they're getting into airsoft. Let's get it open. And it is important to note, this was not sent to me by a retailer, okay? It was actually sent to me by the distributor who distributes these to your local airsoft store to sell to you. So I don't have a specific link. I have been sent this just so you can get to know this brand. So let's do this. So the first thing you get is a very straightforward A4 folded instruction manual. Now that's interesting. Didn't know it came with one of those. Take a look. So first things first, let me show you what I didn't realise it came with. Would you look at this? Awesome! No, I know what you're thinking, it's not a suppressor or a silencer. We'll talk about that in a moment, and to be fair, when I did my research, it did mention this, but I didn't actually know you get it as part of the package, out of the box. Okay, so poison, right, what have we got? So good. If you are in the United States of America, I believe you are required to have one of these bad boys when it ships to you. So yes, it comes with a plastic orange flash hider. You also get, oh, this is cool, not one, but two 120 round mid-cap mags. That means no rattling, yay, and very nice, you get a nice complimentary bag of Rossi BBs. And now we get to the main attraction itself. Very nice, it packs a nice bit of weight. Full metal construction, so just in case you're thinking, oh, it's another one of those cheapy polymer builds, no, this is metal, baby. Okay, so first thing, I've got to say it again, I'm loving the fact this is a completely full metal build, apart from the usual, so the actual wraparound of the grip will not be metal, and this tiny little portion right here of your stock, also not metal. Haha, would you look at that muzzle device? Anyway, let's not jump ahead. Let's start from the rear. This is your very nice looking PDW style stock And right here is where you have your stock release. So if I push up on it like that, I can start to extend the stock. And I'm loving the fact that it can come out that far, thus revealing your very short buffer tube. And you may be thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to fit a battery in there? Well, my airsoft friends, that's where that comes into play. Your extended buffer tube that you can slap onto this so you can put an even longer battery pack in there. That is awesome. And that's what I'm talking about, people. When I say that I was getting tired of your sort of, you know, AR M4 type platform airsoft primaries, and that if I was to feature any more, there has to be a little something different, something that it's going to offer that's just a little different to something I've done before. And I've never had one that come out of a box where you have an option of a longer buffer tube. Nice going, Rossi. Oh, and by the way, when I say Rossi now make airsoft guns, it's probably the case like most other officially licensed airsoft primaries and sidearms. They give their blessings to an actual airsoft manufacturer to build their airsoft counterparts. Nice. Now don't worry, I will show you how quick and easy it is to swap out this buffer tube for that longer alternative. But I'll do that a little later, because to do that I need to go to the other side of this rifle, which I'm not ready to do just yet. So before we go any further, thank you, we get to your charging handle. You have your fully adjustable rear sight. And then here you have your fire selector switch. Let's see the quality or feel. And here the quality of this. Okay, let's check full auto. Nice. Oh, wait a minute. Let me complete that picture. And then we move down to the grip, which has some nice texture in there. And of course, as I expect from this particular model, your tool-less access to your motor. And then we move along to that awesome looking trigger. I absolutely love it when they include flat triggers like this. Gives it that sort of professional feel to it, and we'll see what sort of take up and bite and, you know, that you get when firing this. So moving along, you have your mock bolt release, your Rossi branding since 1889. Gosh. And then you have more info down there, including a serial number. Moving back up, you have copious amounts of rail space for such a small platform. Moving it in, check out your little floating barrel. I say little because literally from about there where my thumb is to there is the length of that particular part of the outer barrel. In fact, a little shorter than that. You have your adjustable front sight. Oh, and by the way, if you want to take these sights down, it's done by these little buttons right there and there. Sight picture. Yeah, I can work with this. And then of course you've got this very compact little M-lock handguard. And then we get to this epic looking muzzle device. I love it. Full metal, very aggressive looking, looks absolutely awesome. Even though this is a small compact primary, having a muzzle device like that makes it look so awesome. I can imagine breaching doors with this too. No, actually no, not in Airsoft. And if you look down there, you can see your 6.02mm inner barrel. Right, let's get to the other side. Ha! Would you look at that, and you can see where it's getting its name from. Neptune. So right here, you have your dust cover, and this charging handle right here opens up said dust cover and reveals your hop-up adjustment. Never seen a yellow one before. And here's your mag release. And let me just bring you back again to this trigger, just to show you that on the face of it, you've got that nice gripped texture. So your fingers won't be slipping off that anytime soon, especially if you don't wear gloves. So moving on backwards, you have your mock forward assist. And then we get right back to the buffer tube and this awesome looking PDW style stock. Loving the texturing you have here and on both sides. And of course, but the reason why we're back here again, because as I showed you earlier, you can extend this bad boy, but it has a very short buffer tube. And that brings me back nicely to what I was referring to earlier. This will release your stock so you can take it right off. Nice. Do you know, I know people that run their primaries like this as well, no stock. So at this point, all you have to do is unscrew. Now here, look, let me show you something. Here's your candy bar type stick battery. Way too long for this length of buffer tube. However, so you can fit any length battery in, trust me, it's not an issue. Right, let's get the battery pack on. Oh, and by the way, there's your fuse. Awesome. Now, of course, it goes without saying, once you get that longer buffer tube on, it does make your PDW longer, but still not as long as one of these bad boys. Okay, the battery's in. Let's just make sure it works. There's nothing in the chamber, pointing it in a safe direction. Got my BB stopper down there just in case. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. And trust me, I'm not exaggerating the O's. That is snappy. Listen up. Whew, makes me wonder what full auto's gonna sound like. Oh my, oh, good grief. Okay, I have both mags ready. Now, as always, when you buy or receive Airsoft primaries or sidearms into the UK, they have to be UK legal. So, because this is capable of full auto, it's not allowed to be above 370 in the FPS department. But as always, if you live in a country that has higher limits, well, yours will come out of the box shooting a lot hotter than what this is going to do. But nonetheless, as I've said before, FPS isn't everything. Okay, I did more rounds than I would usually do. I just really wanted to see if it was going to stick around the 300 mark. So it dipped a few times, but yeah. Right, so let's go full auto. And I'm expecting this to be quite epic, okay, for this little thing, even though it's a 300 FPS on average. Oh, oh my gosh! 23.8 rounds per second. You can round that up to 24. Not bad at all. Okay, you know the drill by now. 4 there, 1 there, and I'll empty both mags here. Okay, now again, this is what I love about this sort of platform and your mid-cap mags. Every single round spent and nothing fell out of the primary when I took the mag out. Okay, so let me empty this mag right in front of you, right up close and personal to the target. Yeah, we're gonna destroy that thing. Awesome! And I do believe I cut a nice circle so that I can just literally take this disc off. Awesome. So that speaks for itself. Let's go back up. That is pretty decent considering it's a PDW. Look at the groupings on that. Very tight. Look here, just to give you an idea, here's a chocolate biscuit, or as my American cousins would say, a cookie. Now, look at the size of that, and look at the size of this target, and look how tight these shots are. And then look here, they get even tighter. That is excellent. Almost got the center. There, look, let me do that size comparison again. Oh, sorry. Anyway, yeah, awesome. And as always, I always get super nervous when I have to do a single shot at a target. Yeah, kind of moved away a bit, but again, come on. Look at the size of that target. Okay, people, so this is it. This is the Rossi Neptune 5.5 PDW. What are the things that I like about this initially, having just tested this right now in front of you? Well, again, I'm loving that it's a full metal build. I'm loving that it's officially licensed, as in the people behind this are Rossi themselves, a real steel firearms manufacturer. I'm loving that it comes with 2 mid-cap polymer mags. I also love that it comes with 2 buffer tubes. The rate of fire out of the box is insane, but how far would you need to pull that trigger back for it to engage? Now that means everything to a seasoned professional airsofter. No, not me, you lot out there. So let's just put it on semi-auto, have a listen, and look, it's got an electronic trigger. How far? Now, okay, that's how far you got to pull it back, but how far do you need to release it to be able to fire again? Oh my goodness. Watch. That's flipping awesome. Awesome. You can't say fairer than that. I say you can't say fairer than that. Do check out that data sheet that I put up earlier on each of my videos. You know, the big blue one that goes right across the screen. Check that out for more data on this bad boy. However, you know, not everything is perfect, so here's 1 or 2 things I wish was different. Although I absolutely love and respect the fact that they include that longer buffer tube right there so you can put in a longer battery pack, it's kind of a bit ridiculous that you have to have the stock out that far to accommodate, you know, the longer buffer tube. It kind of makes it less of a PDW. That's just my personal opinion. Another thing I wish was different, if you're holding your charging handle back like that and you're there adjusting away whilst your mock bolt is open, yes, it's not a real bolt, but it is a thin sheet of metal, and if you're not wearing gloves and you accidentally let go, ooh, you might just nip your fingers. So just be very aware that you need to hold on to that, hold on to it good, and adjust away, and everything will be gravy. Other than that, people, what an awesome little PDW from a new airsoft brand, which technically is not a new brand because, again, Rossi, they've been around since 1889 making real firearms. This is the Rossi Neptune 5.5 PDW. Oh, and did I mention, nice. You can also get this line of rifles in different flavors. Ha! Ooh, lovely look. They've got a DevGru there as well, nice. Anyway, yeah, so once again, this video isn't about putting a link in the video description because at this time of making this video, you probably can't get these yet. Maybe in Europe, yes, they're released, but for the rest of the world, this is just a little heads up that Rossi is coming your way soon. And many of you probably already know they are known for real firearms and air guns. They're now about to make their mark in airsoft. Thanks again to Rossi and